So something recently happened and I want to talk about it. Now, for those of you who have been around for a while, you guys know the contents of this video. But for those of you who are kind of new, let me fill you in. But I got a feeling that I won't need to fill you in too much. By the way, I'm currently recording this when I should be setting up, but I'm going to record this video anyway. I'm going to be doing a New Year's Chatlocke, which is myself and Faith nuzlocking a Pokemon game together, using the chat as fodder for my Pokemon. And if they die in the game, they die in the chat. There's more caveats to it, but if you want to check it out, you can go in the description. Go to my Twitch stream. I'll be streaming it all weekend long. There's also going to be some wacky sub goals, so anyways, Fuwamoco, you guys know them, right? Bow Bow, you know, the dogs. Well, primarily Mococo. Keep the Coco part in mind, too. She decided to do a stream in celebration of something that we're very familiar around this neck of the woods. A special stream popped out of nowhere called Asamoco. Now, for those of you that don't know, Asa means morning in Japanese, so this show is essentially called the Morning Mococo Show, but shortened it to Asamoco. Now, this is where we get to familiar territories because this is actually a reboot of an old school show in the Hololive community called Asacoco, a show ran by a specific pink dragon with orange hair back in the day. Now, I will say that Fuwamoco already have a morning show, Fuwamoco Mornings, so they already have their own thing going on, and they also do it in the morning, similarly to Asacoco. But the dates that they decided to do this Asamoco stream was a bit peculiar, and I'll elaborate on that later. If you guys don't know, and I don't know how you don't know, but Fuwamoco is a part of Hololive, so this video is pertaining to Hololive. So if you're not a part of the community, you're gonna be lost, but I'll try to fill you in as much as possible. So Fuwamoco, mainly Mococo, took the opportunity to give fans something nostalgic and also paying great homage to a figure in Hololive that we all miss very much. So she booted up the stream and started her Asamoco stream. Holy shit. What I love about this little special OVA stream of sorts is a couple things. One, it's basically the English reboot of the, excuse me, I have to clear my throat, of the original Asacoco. This is where it gave me kind of office-y type vibes, where it first started in the UK and people loved it and then they adapted it into the West. I'm having a similar feeling here. Now, to come back to the dates that they decided to do this, for those of you that don't know, today, which is the day that Asamoco came out, is the day after Kiryu Coco debuted. It was also the anniversary of the very first Asacoco episode. And little side note, I did not know this, but yesterday I ended my VTuber talk show in the hole with another VTuber called Kason. No relation whatsoever. But I didn't realize that I did this finale on the same day as the debut of Kiryu Coco. Oh, the irony. Anyway, so now that you know the gist of it, let's talk about the content of Asacoco or Asamoco itself. Asacoco back in the day was a show that showed a lot of people the fun and lightheartedness of poking fun at each other and doing a satirical newscast for entertainment and laughs so it can remind people that Hololive is a place to have fun and not to take themselves super seriously, which is very much present in the Hololive/VTuber community. Just to give an example, at times there were a lot of things that occurred during Hololive's start. To give an example, there were some things that happened during Hololive's starting days that were considered scuff. Well, to be honest, they were scuffed, but people were quick to criticize the scuff, which put a negative context on the talents. Again, taking it way too seriously. However, Coco came around and she started to do the Asacoco show, which took this scuff and turned it into a playful, satirical, and entertaining part of their image. And what this ultimately did is made it so Hololive themselves, through Coco, can criticize themselves before people outside of Hololive could do it and make entertaining content out of it. People loved it. Popular memes within the community were born, like PP Tenshi and a bunch of other ones that I can't name off the top of my head. And with this, the show was a massive success within the community. A satirical morning news show that showcased a whole bunch of news within the Hololive community and showcased memes that fans were making and were given life through Coco's morning show. So the show, it's pretty good. But now we have Asamoco, which is following a very similar path with a whole bunch of different pictures and a whole bunch of different images that cross-references a lot of the original episode. It was really fun to see this style of content come back. Not just come back, but come back in the English branch. It takes a lot of guts to be able to give this show life again due to the original being so memorable. And I know that only one episode has been done and there's really not too much of a track record to keep hold, but this little special stream that they did was really fun. The other thing that Asacoco was known for was its hilariously made up commercials. The Asacoco type commercials is still a clip that gets a chuckle out of me every time. 飲むタイプのAsacoco、吸うタイプのAsacoco、
決めるタイプの朝ここ。
ああ、これなら時間がないサラリーマンでも朝ここを逃さないで済むね。
すべて短時間で効果があるのがいいですね。
じゃあ早速試してみましょうか。聞いてきました。
That is the face of someone that's going through some shit. These memes were so popular that even fan games like Hololive referenced them all the time. And Asamoco, to my surprise, also brought these kind of commercials back, and I was over the moon. I could kiss Jesus, I was so gay, but in a happy way, not in a gauge way. You know what I mean. And my God, a new meme was born out of this Asamoco, which I didn't think was possible. Now, what's a good way to introduce a new meme to an old show? Spanish memes? Powdered perro? That I was not expecting that. That shit caught me off guard, and I cracked a huge ass smile. Esta perrita is good. Now I know that their mascot's named Perro, and I understand that that is their name, so it might not be a Spanish meme, but I'm taking it as a Spanish meme because it's funny. Whether or not it was intentional, it was really funny to me because I'm Spanish. Perro is dog in Spanish. They also brought back the format in which the commercials were showcased, which is with static moving PNGs. And to be honest, I wouldn't want it any other way. It's weird to see this show make me feel so happy and hit close to home with nostalgia. And it's weird to get nostalgic over things like this because it still feels like it happened like yesterday. But in conclusion, before I sign off of the video, to reflect a little bit on it, at first I thought this was going to be like a return of the show to be able to have an Asamoco, Asacoco type show through Hololive, through Mococo. But then they tweeted out that this was the first and last Asamoco that they're going to be doing, and I could see why. The Asacoco show is a pretty hard show to top in the community, and I don't blame them for not continuing the show because every time they do the show, they just get reminded of Asacoco. And as a content creator, I do see that being very draining over time to make something that's not necessarily like your own idea, and it's just like another version of somebody else's idea or another version of something that people love. So them doing this as a one-time thing it makes sense to me because it can be seen as a tribute, a one-time OVA special, an homage, and to send off 2023 with a bang while paying tribute to Kiryu Coco. But anyways, this was a very fun event. I had a crazy nostalgia trip, and I want to thank Mococo and, well, Fuwamoco too. I imagine she had a good hand in it, in making this 20-minute OVA special of Asacoco a reality. And fan reception was incredible. People absolutely loved this stream. What? You know, this is a great community, but sure has some creative people in it. Everyone's just so creative. That's it. I just wanted to give you guys my thoughts and know that I loved it. And I had a great time, and I hope you guys did too and stuff. And I'm hoping to see more, man. I hope that maybe next year there'll be like a part 2. I know they said this might have been the last one, but who knows? Maybe they can change their mind. Anyways, if you liked the video, you guys know what to do. I'll see you guys later. And if I don't see you before the New Year's, Happy New Year's.